This is Rif on Beitza Daf Chaf Aleph Amid Beis. We start with the Mishnah. Beishamai Omrim, Lo Yicham Adam Chamin L'Raglav Elam Kain Hayu Ru'uyim L'Shtia. Beishamai say that one should not heat water for his feet unless they're fit for drinking. We're talking about on Yom Tov. Beis Hillel Matirin, and Beis Hillel permit. The Osa Medura Mischamim Kinegda. And we can make a bonfire and warm ourselves by it. So now on to the Gemara on this. But it's specifically hot water for his feet that Beis Hillel permitted. But for his entire body, no. Kedisnan, like we learned in the Mishnah. And that Mishnah is not local, but it's in Shabbos. But that Mishnah, we need to run into it. The Mishnah says that it once happened that the people of Tveria did as follows. They conducted a pipe of cold water through an arm of the hot springs. And the Chachamim said to them, Amru lahem Chachamim, and then this is not cited by the Rif, but let's continue citing the Mishnah. If on Shabbos the water is drawn through the pipe, it's like hot water heated on Shabbos, and is forbidden both for washing and for drinking. But now, let's go back to the Rif's citation. It's Amru Lahem Chachamim, ... In the Yom Tov, if it was on a festival, if it was on a Yom Tov, that they conducted this pipe through the arm of the hot springs of Tveria in order to heat it. So, if this was done on a Yom Tov, it's like water which was heated on Yom Tov, which are asurim b'rechitza, which are forbidden in using to wash, umutarim b'shtia, but it's permitted for the purpose of drinking. But they say over there that if it's heated on Yom Tov, it's forbidden for washing, which at first seems to be against Beis Hillel, but no, they're talking there about washing the entire body. So, Ulinin rechitza b'Yom Tov b'chamin shehuchamu me'erev Yom Tov. But what about washing on Yom Tov with hot water that had been heated erev Yom Tov, before Yom Tov set in? So Chazinon Lagon, we saw that what the Gon writes. The Kakasav Hachi, he writes as follows: Da'ahida Amrinan lo yirchotz adam kol gufo b'Shabbos b'chamin shehuchamu me'erev Shabbos. This that we say that somebody shouldn't wash his entire body with hot water that had been heated from Erev Shabbos. Davka b'Shabbos. That's only specifically where it's Shabbos and Erev Shabbos. Aval b'Yom Tov. But if we're talking about Yom Tov, Shari lirchotz kol gufo b'chamin shehuchamu me'erev Yom Tov. It's permitted to wash your entire body with hot water that had been heated from Erev Yom Tov. The lav davar shechayvin alav mishum shvus. Because this washing with this hot water, the reason why you're not allowed to do it is not because it's shvus. Shvus is a rabbinically created, mandated rest. So that's not why you're not allowed to do it. V'lo mishum rishus, nor is it an optional laudatory thing. V'lo mishum mitzvah, nor is it a commandment. It's rather it's a decree, presumably lest you come to heat it. And when they made this decree, is b'Shabbos, they made that specifically on Shabbos. Aval b'Yom Tov lo, but they didn't make that decree on Yom Tov. On to the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Shlosha dvarim Rabban Gamliel machmer k'divrei Beis Shammai. The Rabban Gamliel was stringent, like the words of Beis Shammai over Beis Hillel. Ein tom nenesachamen miyom tov l'Shabbos. We can't insulate hot water from Yom Tov to Shabbos. This is in general, though. You can with an Erev Tafshilin, you can cook from Yom Tov to Shabbos. Although there's some dispute about this, but here, in terms of heating water, so for heating water from Yom Tov to Shabbos, he was machmer. Ve'ein zokvenas hamenorah b'Yom Tov, and we can't straighten the candlestick on Yom Tov. Ve'ein ofen pasin grisen el l'rikikin, and we can't bake thick loaves of bread, but rather thin wafers. So, Amar Rabban Gamliel. Rabban Gamliel said, Mimem shall beis Abba, in all the days of my father's household, lo hayu ofen pasin grisen el l'rikikin. They only baked they never baked thick loaves of bread, but rather these thin wafers. So Amru Lo, they said to him, Ma nasa l'veis avicha? What are we going to do in terms of your father's house? Shin machmirin al atzman, because they were stringent on themselves, Makilan al Kol Yisrael, but they were lenient on all of Israel, Lios Ofen, Pasin, Gritzin, and Rikikin, that they could bake either these thick loaves or these wafers. Now, we actually have a slightly different girsa in our Gemara for the Mishnah. We have actually, instead of Gritzin, we have Hararin. Instead of Rikikin, instead of these wafers, we have Hararin, coal-baked bread, rather than Rikikin wafers. And coal-baked bread is even thicker, presumably. And we actually have some kind of kiyum of this Mishnah, because it's the same Mishnah occurs in the Yerushalmi, and they discuss some etymology of Hararin in that Gemara. So it's clear that